All right. I think we are live. So I am just popping in now. It is about 4 till 3 to let folks know that we are going to be talking about reawakening wisdom daily. And we're going to be talking to some of the folks like Heather, who is on with us now, with her little one, Simon, what a cutie pie, talking about what reawakening wisdom daily is, why you might want to be a part of it, and just hear some things from folks about what it means to them. But we're going to wait until 3 o'clock to get started. We just wanted to let you know that we are here and we are looking forward to hearing from you. And don't hesitate to, if you have any questions, just drop us some questions and we will do our best to answer those as well. I am I've been out in the garden, so I'm a little bit of a mess. I was just hair up, playing in the garden earlier today, trying to make the most of that sunshine that's coming out for us. Heather, have you gotten outside yet today?
Oh yeah, with a 3-year-old, she wants to be outside all day long. So we've been doing a lot of playing outside and drawing chalk.
That's awesome.
He's going to say goodbye to us.
Hi, Simon.
He needs a diaper. Practical things.
Hi,
but
Miriam.
A lot. Hey, Miriam.
It's so good to see you.
You too.
So we are streaming to Facebook right now, and I just let everybody in Facebook land know that we are going to get started in a little bit with this panel at 3, but I wanted to set us up and make sure we were ready to roll right at 3 o'clock. So.
Great.
You missed it. Heather had Simon out.
I missed Simon.
Maybe I'll see if he can make a cameo towards the end.
Oh, Heather, I have to ask you. Cameo. Hey, Heather, in the Facebook that we have, there was some orange juice posted. I need to know, that orange juice had vodka, right?
Not vodka. It had a little Prosecco in it. It was a little sensible midweek mimosa.
There we go.
Are you still drinking mimosas?
I only got one. I need more.
So we are streaming to Facebook Live, and I just let the viewers know that we're going to get started talking to them right at 3 about what Reawakening Wisdom Daily is and hearing from y'all. But feel free to have coffee talk amongst yourselves for now. Hi, Deanna.
Oh, Deanna.
Look at everybody out of their pajamas.
You can have makeup on.
Oh,
it's so weird.
The extent of my dressing up was earrings.
A good way to fake it.
Yeah. Fake it till you make it, right?
It's like a bathrobe. It's not, but it's a bathrobe. Oh no.
Looks cozy.
Good morning.
It's cold where you are. I'm sweating here.
Oh yeah, no, it's I'm near Boston, so we had snow April 1st in the morning. I don't know. Right now it's just been windy and rainy all day. It's a nice day to sleep.
Deanna, I just let them know we are streaming now to Facebook Live, and so I'd let everybody know we are getting started right at 3 o'clock, but we are pausing now while everyone gathers. So we're almost ready. Okay, it's 3. So welcome to what is Reawakening Wisdom Daily. So it's funny, I try so hard to share what this is with folks, you know, that we come together in the morning for a creative ritual with one another. And it looks pretty much like this, right? It looks pretty much like this, give or take some folks, depending on the day. And we start by lighting a candle and saging ourselves. Yep. And then I pull a card, and I've got some cards out. So I don't think I'm going to pull a card right now. Maybe later, we'll see. But I'll pull a card for everyone, and that can be inspiration for what's happening, or not. Sometimes I'll put a prompt in the chat box, and then everybody goes on mute for about 25 minutes. And then we come back together and we have a conversation about what's going on for us, what's coming up for us. And then, you know, it used to be that I would cut us off right at 8:30, and I don't do that anymore. And I probably won't do that again, because it's just the state of things and we need that time with one another. But I'm wondering if each of you could introduce yourselves and say who you are and why you wanted to join Reawakening Wisdom Daily. And we'll just start there. So Heather, can we start with you?
Sure. I'm Heather Levinson. I'm from Winston-Salem, North Carolina. I'm a mom of 3, and I started Reawakening Wisdom because I just wanted to force myself to take that time for myself. It was kind of the equivalent of joining a gym, hoping to force yourself to, you know, work out. But this was for my own kind of sanity, peace, creative practice. And it's been integral, even though I often can't make the live mornings because of our own chaos that goes on in this house during the morning time. I often watch the replay of the practice that the other ladies do every morning, and it's still just so important to my own well-being and self-care.
Thank you. Miriam, could you go next?
Sure. My name is Miriam. I'm from Anaheim, California. I was a blocked creative. I worked through the artist way once by myself. I was a trained and licensed landscape architect, afraid to create a design. I'm now working in a very different field, often frustrated in that job. And working with Alicia has let me become unfrozen, allowed me to wake up. Participating with Reawakening Wisdom Daily let me shift my attention, help me find my path and my purpose. Through the process that we do in the morning, including morning pages, and especially through the support of the women on this call, I've discovered I want to be a spiritual director, and after training, offer this path to others. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Miriam. Sharon, how about you?
Well, I was very hesitant to join only because of the time, which Miriam, you're on here much earlier, your time. But yeah, Sharon, I'm from Long Grove, Iowa, and I'm not a morning person, but I decided to give this a try for 2 reasons. One, I've worked with Alicia on other things in the past, and I knew this was going to be something that I would definitely benefit from. And the other reason I decided to join was I get stuck in a rut where I do a bunch of creative things that I should do. I'm an artist, I work from home, so I'll paint for other people, but I rarely will do something just really fun for me. And with everybody here in the morning, I have no choice. I am here and I do something for me. And it's so nice, and it transfers. It's not just for that small amount of time I'm doing something creative or learning something about myself. It carries through to all of my work and the rest of the day. It's super valuable.
Thank you. Can I sidebar us here for a quick second? So I share that you can do whatever you want during that time. You can write your morning pages, you can paint, you can draw, you can sing, you can dance. The thing is that you're on mute. You can turn your camera off if you want to, but today we pulled a card that you felt like you wanted to like exercise it out of our system because we pulled it 3 times. And so you literally left and took a walk.
I did. I considered, so you all knew that I was okay. I considered putting a little sign on my chair that said out walking, but I didn't want to waste any precious time. So yeah, I went out for a walk, and I always seem to do something different. It's like being here with you guys gives me permission to do whatever I feel like.
Yeah. I love that. I love that you do whatever you feel like. Deanna, so you are a special one because you're the reason why this group exists. So if you could share a little bit about who you are and maybe why you wanted this group to exist?
I'm Deanna Kennedy, and I am in the Boston area. I have done a group like this, a morning group, got together every morning, and I loved it. It was more art creating, but what was so great, it was like having everybody around a big table, you're having a cup of coffee, you have your pajamas on, you know, and we could show what we created if we wanted to. We didn't have to, and that group ended, and I missed it. And I remember Alicia, I had watched her summit that she had in the fall, and I really loved the way she interviewed. And I got an email from her about the women's group that you had.
In the Company of Women.
Yeah. And I was like, wow, oh, I wish I could go to this. And I'm like, did you ever think about doing this online, like so that everyone could go? So I was just so thrilled when Alicia did decide to do this. And for me, I was going through empty nest and really feeling disconnected. This just gave me structure, letting me get to know myself as an individual more. But it's been so much more. I look forward to seeing everybody every day. It's a great group, but it definitely will structure you into taking some quiet time for yourself. You will really get to know yourself in a way that you wouldn't if you didn't take the time. So yeah, I'm loving this. Thank you.
Can I add something to that comment real quick?
Yeah.
It isn't always easy. Yeah, that structure, that doing something for yourself, and the first few calls together, it was not easy for me to just, I don't know, to concentrate on writing something or it was, I can't even verbalize it. It's not easy when you're not used to pausing and reflecting inwards. It takes a little while, and we're all pros now.
Yeah.
Right.
I think it is uncomfortable in the beginning, but I think it's also because we're not sure what we're supposed to be doing. And it's not until you learn that you're not supposed to be doing anything. And you have freedom to just do whatever you want. So the discomfort comes from so many reasons, but it's new and you settle in quickly.
Yeah. I wasn't sure in the beginning either. So, Deanna, when you asked if I would do this, I was like, I've kind of considered something like that before, but I don't know about this. That, my morning pages and my morning time is really sacred to me. And so I was like, I honestly didn't know that I wanted to share it. And now on the weekends when I don't have all of you to practice with, it's like I'm really sad that there's something that I still love about having my time, but it's like this interesting push and pull of like enjoying my time, but missing all of you tremendously when I do my morning pages, which is really, I didn't anticipate that happening at all.
You had started it with the 30 days, and I knew in my heart, I said, oh, she's gonna love this, and it's not gonna know what she did before, because it really, it's such a habit in the start of your day, and it's wonderful. So
Yeah.
And I was surprised on how it doesn't interfere with anything I'm doing. It's like sometimes, Alicia, when you come back on and say, okay, we're back, it's like, oh my gosh, yeah, they're all here. It doesn't inhibit me anyway over here doing my own thing. I don't feel like, I know I'm not being watched. It's surprisingly very effortless.
Yeah.
The rest of it on the screen.
Yeah, absolutely. And what I think is so interesting too is like, I just roll out of bed, throw on my house sweater, and make sure that like nothing inappropriate is showing, and like don't brush my teeth, just make sure I have my cup of coffee and do that. And it doesn't feel weird to me in that respect either.
That's
Yeah.
what's so great about this. And I have to say, this morning when you were like, hi, how's everyone doing? When it was over, I kind of jumped, like I forgot. And the writing prompts were so great this morning that my hand was just, going crazy. So it was, it's amazing. But that's what I love so much about it, is that I don't have to care what I look like. I don't, as long as I can get myself here in front of the computer, that's all I have to do. And yeah, it's great.
So what's everybody's favorite piece of it?
I think for me, it really changes based on kind of what I'm needing in my life at the moment. When we first started, I've never been someone who uses a lot of spiritual practices like the cards you use or sage or whatnot. So for me, bringing that into my life was a really interesting start point. And I looked back through the journal that I've been using for this, which funny enough was a bullet journal I bought like 2 years ago that was only half full. And now I'll be finishing it after just 2 months of being in the program, between the writing and the artwork I've done and all that stuff. It's now my journal. I need a new one. But at first I found that the cards really informed what I did and gave me kind of a focus, not only for our time, but for the whole day. But I've also always loved the journey to the heart readings that you do at the end. Like sometimes I will just bring my candle and I'll kind of candle gaze as you read that. And it really does give me a focus for my entire day. So, I mean, between that and hearing all the insights and the perspectives of all the participants, it would be hard to pick one particular element.
Yeah. Thank you. Anybody else?
I would echo some of what Heather said, that it's hard to pick one thing. I know it's very precious to me to be heard, though. And I can tell you that I remember when I was talking about some vocation options, someone reflected back to me that my voice changed dramatically when I talked about, one of them. And that was so valuable to me. And then I guess too, Alicia, you've mentioned that you send these recordings out, and that gives me the option, if I need to scroll back and say, what did that person say again? I could do so, and I have done so.
Yeah.
It is really hard to think of one thing to say. Everything is so special, and the whole morning with you guys feels very sacred, but very relaxed. Like I can just be me and treasure that time all at the same time. But there's something about, and I've lit candles for years, but there's something about lighting a candle for the purpose of getting together in the morning. And I don't know, as soon as I light that candle, I feel like I'm instantly kind of centered. And if you guys aren't here and it's a different time of day and I have something to do and I really need to just, channel that creative spirit, or if I light that candle, I almost feel like it's calling all of you back in front of me and it's just really powerful. And I didn't expect, it's only this candle. I can light, any other candle in the house and I'm not doing that, but there's something about that routine of, okay, here we are. What do you got?
Oh, I love that so much.
I totally agree. It's in the entire space that I use, I feel has been transformed. A space that at one point I could sit at here and mindlessly scroll Facebook or, do any other number of pointless time suck activities. Now I sit down and I feel drawn to be creative, to be expressive. It's quickly become just a pile of different materials and things that I might want to grab, which for my space is totally fine. But yeah, it's transformed not just the candle for me, but the entire space that I utilize.
It's funny you say that, because in my little area here, if I usually am just here for this, but if I come in this room for anything, I gaze over to here and I smile, you know. I didn't realize that until you said that it's my happy place now. Yeah, it's great. And I think as far as my favorite, every day I need something different. And I find it through something. So I can't pick one thing.
And I don't know, for anyone that's watching this live, I feel like it's natural for people to say, "Oh, but I'm not creative," and these ladies sound really creative. First of all, that's a learned skill, it is, and the only way to learn is to repeatedly do something over and over again. And I tell you, I've grown so much in the things I come up with to do during our time together. It's almost a game, like, ooh, what different thing can I do today? I thrive on change and different things. So it's exciting for me. And you learn to be more creative or more intuitive, a little more wise. It takes time.
Yeah, I love all of the tools that have, for me, kind of like I feel like my toolbox from listening to all of you has been enhanced dramatically. So we had a conversation this week about the importance of having a good scream. And that was just rich on so many levels. And then today, I never would have thought to actually create my own little circle of life. And I created my own little, it's still on the table, circle of things, just because of a card we somehow pulled 3 days, 2 for y'all, but 3 for me this week. So just honoring what, okay, wake up, this is what you're saying. And I feel like so often, if there's a message that I need to hear, somehow one of you is also thinking about it or echoing it, and so it amplifies in a way that I need. These little whisperings that are happening, that it's like, pay attention, pay attention. And y'all amplify it for me, and I have to pay attention.
Yeah, and I remember little bits and pieces of things that all of you guys say, and that whispers in the back of my mind throughout the week and that particular day.
And I have on occasion, even though I'm present in the morning, gone back, and I love having that ability. Like you were saying, I think it was Miriam, right, that you can go back and look at something again. But it's, even if you were here, just to hear it again, it's really helpful. And the homework assignments.
I was going to ask you, so let me talk about that for a little bit. So every Friday I give a homework assignment. Hopefully it's fun. Although Sharon told me today, if I assigned push-ups, I don't remember what you said about it, but I don't know, you said you were not doing them.
Yeah, but that's what I really need to do. So yeah, but don't get any ideas.
Yeah, no, I won't. Don't worry. That's not what this is about. But typically it's something like an encouragement to do an artist date, or do something fun, or spend some time with yourself in self-care mode for at least a little while. Something that could be as short as 5 minutes, or something that could be as long as an hour. So how does the homework land for y'all?
I like the fact that you will even, I mean, I think it was you didn't do the homework assignment. Like sometimes you'll come back on a Monday, I didn't do it. It's like, yeah, fine. So that's kind of good too, because if you can get to it, you can, and sometimes it does inspire you to, especially when it's taken now. You have to rest this weekend. Oh wow.
Well, and then I like it when everybody posts pictures of their homework assignment, and not everyone has to, but it's a little reminder throughout the weekend when we're not meeting up that, oh yeah, I was doing that too. And there's a connected feeling. And I'm looking forward to this weekend's homework that I got. And I was going to start it, but then I wanted to be here. And so I'm looking forward to it.
What did I say to do?
Well, it was, I turned down, I sound like a rebel now. I turned down your homework because I really don't have any magazines in this house.
But yeah, the art journaling was this homework, and then you weren't able to do it.
I know,
So
it's ridiculous. And I since then ordered magazines, but so I'm going to do what, oh my gosh, Martha.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Blackout poetry.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
Blackout.
had to look that up.
Yeah.
I never heard of it before. I'm like, okay, that sounds great. And it gave me a little idea, but I literally had to look up what it was, and I got so excited.
I'm so excited. I can't wait. And I already know what marker I'm going to black things out with. And I just hope it's a good book with some good words in it.
that sounds so fun.
Yeah.
I really love when your homework assignments are inspired by the cards we draw. I know a couple times we've had like decluttering as a theme, which has been really great for me because I find a lot of power in just letting go of things. So, but I think we've had that twice, and both times like that's been really, really good. I love the idea of the art journaling. I've actually, so I have an 11-year-old daughter, and I've twice let her sit with me while I am doing my recording, and she's done her own little practice. And I think she kind of thought some of it was like hokey, like the whole like light a candle and read these cards. And but she, I overheard her talking to a friend about like how cool it was. But she and I have decided to start art journals together. So I actually like ordered us specific art journals, and we're going to start working on that together. So I love that as a first project for us. So
that's so cool.
You're just keep going.
Love it.
I was thinking of that, her growing up and doing this for herself, or starting now, and and it just going on and on for women to teach, for us to teach our daughters, and other women that this is really important, taking time for yourself and doing this connection. It's so important.
Yeah, maybe she'll start her own reawakening wisdom with her girlfriends.
Who knows? If you offer a junior session, let me know. If she's with me, she usually gets bored once we all start talking about our grown-up problems and things that we were working out for ourselves. She usually will wander off about halfway through our conversation.
That's good because some F-bombs get dropped.
Well, that's nothing. Hasn't hurt a time or two.
Yeah. Well, anything else y'all would like to share about the program before we kind of close off and sign off?
I think if you haven't participated, it's just really hard to imagine how, I don't want to say life-changing because that just sounds like, everything's life-changing nowadays. But it's impossible to really understand how it's going to affect you and how it's going to, edify your life. So I would just encourage anyone who's thinking about it to jump in and give yourself, a month, if it's not for you, it's not for you, but give yourself that 30 days to try it and see what it will do for you, because I can't imagine not being a part of it at this point after 2 months. Like, it's just part of my life now. So
yeah, I agree.
I think too, keeping in mind the connection piece, two things actually. One is that this isn't possible without Alicia's leadership, and it's well, that is life-changing. The connection piece that I wanted to mention is that I have friends, I have family. We're blessed with that, all of us, but I have you women to be connected to in a manner that Well, as we've said, we're here with our hair messed up, no makeup on, bathrobe, whatever, and we're exposing our insides to each other. We're cutting through most small talk. I mean, we have fun, obviously, and talk about whatever, but we're opening ourselves and we're safe doing it. And that's taken some time to maybe feel safe for myself. I'll speak for myself, but I've said things here where I know that I'm seen and that I'm heard. And I know those things because some things are reflected back to me, some things are a little note on our Facebook page, and some things are presence. So yeah, I would encourage anyone listening also, give it a try.
Well, on that note, I just want to say a great big thank you to all of you women who just popped on today to share your experience. It means so much to me, and hopefully it will encourage folks that need a group like this, that want to reconnect with their own creative selves, or see if it's possible to connect with a piece of themselves that feels creative. Or connect with what I consider a group of divine feminine women together. So thank you all so much for being here and being a part of this.
Thank you.
Great to see everyone again.
Bye, y'all. Have a great day.
Bye.
Bye.